And then it's also just a question of just simple messaging. Here is Joe Biden with Anderson Cooper in this same CNN town hall in Baltimore last night. Senator Manchin has said, despite the fact that he basically walked his daughter into a fake degree in a university in West Virginia when he was governor so that she could get a job with a pharmaceutical and could essentially price gouge when it came to EpiPens. Or was it, I think it was EpiPens.
Yes.
This guy doesn't want anybody getting too comfortable with these small checks for their children to help them with dealing with costs and expenses that are associated with having kids. So he wants a means test on the child tax credit. Here's Joe Biden's response to this. If I don't listen to anything Joe Biden says and someone just tells me he's against it, I'm happy. But when I listen to what he says, I get completely lost and flummoxed because there is some bizarre belief system that they have in the White House that nothing can be straightforward. Here it is.
Joe Manchin wants a work requirement with your enhanced tax credit for kids. Is that something you would support?
No. Here's the deal. All these people are working anyway. And by the way, why should somebody who is not working and has has a $1 million trust fund, why should they get the benefit and someone making 60 grand and not working but staying home, why should they not get anything? I don't get that.
You know what I don't get? That ridiculous analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about this? How about instead of coming up with this fictional person who has a $1 million trust fund who is working and getting the reduced check because it does go down as your income goes high. And I don't even know, is this person have access to the $1 million trust fund or they don't have access? I can think about that. How about this? How about we shouldn't punish kids who are vulnerable because their parents can't find work? How about if you really are concerned about getting people back to work, let's work on some programs for that. But let's make sure that parents have enough support to raise our kids in the way that we want them to. I mean, this is easy, basic stuff. If you've got to start going into sort of these hypotheticals about people who have $1 million trust funds, but they're actually working because they don't have access to the trust fund, but there's some way they're going to have the trust fund. And so the trust fund, the $1 million that they have with the trust fund's not undercutting the means test on the, what?
Doesn't every working person talk about trust funds on the regular?
Yeah, it's a very familiar scenario.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just some,
it's so
convoluted. Do they not know in the White House he was going to do this? Did they not know that was a question they were going to get? Of course they did.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just bizarre.
Here's the deal. All these people are working anyway, which is essentially saying, look, we don't need a work requirement. We're already coercive enough under our capitalist system.
We agree with the work requirement. We just don't need it.
Yeah, it's already built into our society. It really is a layup in a variety of ways. And say he still wanted to make the commitment, use his old phrasing about how people need to be back to work, etc. You could just say the pandemic has shown us that you can lose your job through no fault of your own. He loves to say that. Again, this is me talking as Biden, and we shouldn't have children bear the brunt of it. And that's the you can use the pandemic to that for that, and he chose not to, of course.
All right, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking to Dave Weigel, the national political correspondent for the Washington Post.